So you might have heard of this little, relatively unknown singer-songwriter from Russia called Dianna Ankudinova. But who is she? Well, she's a singer and songwriter from Russia. Thanks for watching. Almost gotcha. One of these days I'm gonna get tired of writing that joke at the beginning of every Who Is video, but this is only like my 4th time doing it. This is my 5th time doing it. Today's not that day. Tomorrow's probably not looking likely either because I should probably start the next video tomorrow. But who is she and how did she get her start on her way to musical superstardom? But before we get into that, if you have an artist that you would like me to do a deep dive into their past or their career or anything like that, drop it in the comments down below. Also, make sure that you like and subscribe so that you can get notified whenever I post more videos like this, because I'm going to be doing videos like this more regularly because I thoroughly enjoy it. So Dianna gained a lot of her public recognition from her spectacular and incredibly unique voice when she won back-to-back seasons of the Russian vocal competition show You Are Super. Yes, you heard that correctly. When she was 15, she won back-to-back well, 15 and 16 respectively, but she won back-to-back seasons of a singing competition. And the second one that she won was what was considered a superstar, or like a super season or a superstar season, where they had, I believe, other winners come on to the show, and she still won. And that kind of gives you a little glimpse into how good of a singer she is. But to backtrack a little bit before that, because, you know, obviously she didn't start singing then and just be like, pow, she's a fantastic singer. What led to that? Well, Dianna had a tragic childhood. That is putting it lightly. I'm not going to go into detail about everything that happened in her past because it's a tough read. Like always, if you want to know and you want to read it, there is information in the description down below to go read the source material that I used for this video, but be warned, it is tough. And again, that feels like that's putting it lightly. But when she was a child, she had a stutter and she, you know, had other speech problems. So she was seeing a speech pathologist who suggested that maybe singing lessons would help her to develop speaking skills and also just kind of help with a lot of other things. When she started these vocal lessons as a form of speech therapy, she discovered that she absolutely loved the art of singing. So, you know, when she fell in love with that art form, Alexander Varnamov, who is the head of the brass band in the city of Arzeniev, oh boy, Russian is not going to be my friend in this video because I don't speak Russian. Arzeniev, that's my best guess, was one of the first people to recognize Dianna for the potential that she had with her voice. And he also noticed that she has a perfect ear for music, you know, just to go alongside of her incredibly unique and powerful voice. So after this, Dianna began singing in vocal competitions as often as she could. And she began studying vocals at the Melody Circle of Tolyatti House of Culture. Again, all these Russian names. If you speak Russian and you're listening to me butcher all of these words, I apologize because it's bad. I know it's bad. She has received multiple awards for her vocal performances, some of which include, in 2010, she received a solo diploma of the 15th Regional Competition of Vocalists. The voices of Primoryev of the first degree as a part of the vocal duet Malenki. In 2011, she participated as a part of the Malenki duet again in the second International Festival of Young Artists competition, Planet of Childhood, having won the gold medal for the pop category. In 2012, she participated in the second super final of the international project Salute of Talents in Moscow and became a laureate of the super final. In 2013, she won the Grand Prix of the regional competition for the Children and Youth Creativity Kind Heart at the Festival of Verengia in the nomination soloist pop vocal category. In 2014, she became the silver voice of the All Russia competition show Talents of the Land of Volga. In January 2017, she received the diploma of the first degree laureate semi-finalist of the International Competition of Children and Youth Creativity Art Premium with the support of the Federation Council of the Federal Assembly of the Russian Federation. That's a lot of federal words, like in that one sentence. As well as with the support of the Presidential Administration of the Russian Federation, the Ministry of Education of the Russian Federation, and the government of Moscow City. It was a very long paragraph. In April 2017, she won the gold medal of the 16th All-Russian Youth Delphic Games in the category of variety singing, finishing first among 39 people. So that's all between the like 2010 and 2017. So that's just, you know, 7 years. And I think this all started when she was 7. So that's insane that she achieved all of that in the first 14 years of her life. In 2018, she appeared on the first episode of season 4 of the singing competition show, The Voice Kids Russia, where she made it past the untelevised blind audition, but she didn't make it past the televised blind audition with the judges, you know, where they hit the button and they turn around and all that sort of stuff. If you never watched The Voice, I've only seen clips of it. But she gained so much support from that one episode that she was on that she became the first person, and I think it was the entire the Voice projects, I think that includes all nationalities, to go on to receive 1 million views for someone who did not make it past that first blind audition. Well, the second blind audition, the televised one, which is nuts. That's absolutely nuts. But I mean, she's so talented, it makes complete sense. After this appearance on The Voice, after her appearance on The Voice, that's when she went on to compete in the You Are Super competition show and win back-to-back. Which actually, fun fact, the first episode that she performed on You Are Super, that was her performance of, I used to know how to say this, the Dernier Danse. That's a French butcher. See, foreign languages, man. What can you do? Which I have actually made a video about. I also covered her second performance from the second season that she appeared on of You Are Super, which was actually my introduction to her and her work. That was Wicked Game, which I have, like I said, videos on both of the songs that I just mentioned. Now, one might assume that, oh, that's probably all the competing that she's done. You would be wrong, because she has also competed on the show Mask, go on, whoever named that is very clever, and The Masked Singer in 2021 and 2023 respectively. Also in 2021, she released her first full-length studio album called DA, which I am not even going to try to pronounce the way that it's actually titled because it's in Russian, and we've seen how I do with Russian so far, and it's not good. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. The last and most impressive thing, in my opinion, that I will mention about Dianna and her voice is actually just that. Her voice. Her range goes from a C3 all the way up to a D6. So low end C3, high end D6, which is nuts. Also, because that's not impressive enough. Again, the most notable thing, in my opinion, about her voice, she can do this singing technique called polyphonic singing, overtone singing, harmonic singing, polyphonic overtone singing, and diphonic singing, which all of that to say all these really big fancy words that sound like, wow, that's so impressive, and ridiculously sounding that it's so big and long. Yeah, well, all of that, they all mean the same thing. I was just kind of impressed that there was that many different ways to say it, so I threw them all into the script because I'm like, that's a lot of words, and I'm going to use them. But all of that to say, to drastically oversimplify what all of that means, is that it basically means that a singer who can do this technique can alter or manipulate the resonance of their voice while they are singing to make it sound like multiple notes are being hit at the same time. But essentially, it just means that it sounds like there are multiple people singing at once or multiple notes being hit at once. But it's just incredible that you see one person standing there singing and it sounds like there's like 2 or more people there. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that is a glimpse into the absolutely impressive career of Dianna Ankudinova. And I mean, she's 21. And she already has this impressive of a career. She has the potential to go on to be one of the best singers that has ever lived. But yeah, so that is going to be it for this video. I hope you absolutely all enjoyed. I hope you learned something new as well. I will catch you guys all in the next video. God bless.